How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me. This particular broadcast is about the 4 types of people that you have met or are going to meet in person, on the internet, on LinkedIn, etc., etc. And part of this was from a quote that was attributed to Gandhi in a discussion with a grandchild. But I've modified it a little bit. So if some of you are looking for partial source or you've heard something about this, I do want to give attribution to Gandhi on this. So let's take a look at this for a moment. Group 1, people that actually do work and do the work. This is a minority of the people you're probably going to run into. I mean, it's just fact. So once again, Group 1, those that do the work. Group 2, those that talk about doing the work. And I'm sure that you know a lot of those people, especially, unfortunately, on LinkedIn. You see posts all the time that are not original posts, they're reposts, or they're philosophical discussions. I call it the cosmetology, those types of things going on. And I'm chuckling a little bit because we all know they're there. Some people call them distractions. I call them mild entertainment. And there's nothing we can do about it, either on the internet or on LinkedIn. We can stop following them, of course. And then, of course, that same classification, those that talk about doing the work, you meet in person. And what I do generally when I get to see this in a characteristic of an individual, I don't avoid them. I just smile. That's all about all you can do. No reason to get into getting aggravation about them, getting aggravated about that individual. Or dismissing them. It's not going to do any good. And of course, a lot of those people are very argumentative. Can't get a word in edgewise because they have the answer. Just ask them. So group number 1, those that do the work. Group number 2, those that talk about doing the work. Group number 3, those that said they've done the work 1 billion times or 1,000 times or 10 times and those types of things. Trying to one-up you or everybody else. Well, I've, done this 300 times, that type of thing. And I'm never going to challenge that because you're not going to win. You're just not going to win. But you know those people too. They're not very useful, frankly. And they have some kind of a chip on their shoulder, as the phrase goes, because they're trying to explain why they're more important than your comments or your thoughts or your beliefs or your expertise. And group number 4, those that take the credit. Those that take the credit. We have an abstract group of those, I can't call them people, that are happening right now in front of us. And that's artificial intelligence, AI. The AI engines masquerading as generating new stuff when they're actually doing what? Intellectual property theft. Burying the source of this information that you and I should know about and masking that under their own guise. Intellectual property theft. Horrible. Getting worse every day. And if you've looked at some of my other broadcasts or listened to some of my other broadcasts, you know that I've talked about the 4 types of information or data that's available to you and I. And, of course, only 2 of the 4 are available to artificial intelligence engines, of which one of those, as I said, is intellectual property theft. So, in closing, there are 4 types of interactions or people or things that you see on a day-in and day-out basis. Those that do the work, those that talk about doing the work, those that said they've done the work 1,000 times, and those that take the credit. Let me leave you with this thought. Please join me in the first group because there's less competition. Have a great day.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.